In this video, we'll build a responsive portfolio website for a full-stack developer using React.js and Tailwind CSS. We'll also animate the website using the Frame-O-Motion library. The website will be completely responsive for a great user experience across all the devices. In the end, we'll also look at how to deploy it on the web using the Vercel platform. This is a quick and simple project that's perfect for the beginners. It's an easy-to-follow tutorial that will help you build a portfolio website in no time. Before we begin, let's look at the personal portfolio website that we are going to build. We'll be building a portfolio website for a full-stack developer. The website begins with a navigation bar at the top. Navbar is minimalistic with only a hamburger icon on the right corner. When you click the hamburger icon, the full screen overlay menu slides from the top. If you click any of the link, the page scrolls smoothly to the selected section. This is followed by the hero section with a large bold header featuring the name of the portfolio owner. Below the name, we have a button to download the resume in the PDF format. This is followed by the image of the portfolio owner. Next, we have the Marquee section to showcase the key technologies and tools Benson works on. This marquee scrolls horizontally and infinitely, providing a list of tech stacks such as React, Next.js, and so on. We'll be making use of Frame-O-Motion to animate this. Next is the My Work section, which displays key projects Benson has worked on. After the Work section, we have the About section, which has a paragraph with large font size, highlighting Benson's key professional skills. After this, we have the Work Experience section, which showcases all the companies Benson has worked in the past. Each job section contains job title, company name, duration, and job description. Lastly, we have the Contact section, which displays information about how to reach out Benson. The email address and the phone number are provided in bold green color, making it easy for the recruiters to contact Benson. This is followed by social media icons and a copyright text at the bottom. I hope you are excited to begin coding, so let's get started. Let's begin by creating a folder on the desktop. We'll name it Benson Langford. Drag this folder in the VS Code editor. Head over to the Tailwind CSS website and in the quick search type install Vite. Copy the npm create command to create a new project. Let's change this to current working directory. Run the npm install command. After this, install the Tailwind CSS with post CSS and auto prefixer. Also, generate the Tailwind and post CSS config files. Let's add the paths to all the template files. I'll copy the entire code and paste it in the Tailwind config file. Copy the Tailwind directives. Delete all the default code in the index.css file and paste the Tailwind directives. We'll not require the app.css file, so let's delete it. Head over to the app.jsx file and delete all the default code. Run the server. I also want to test if Tailwind is configured properly. For this, I'll copy this code here and paste it in the app.jsx file. So the styles are being applied. For font, I'll be using Oswald font from Google Font website. Let's import it in the index.css file. Declare the font family as Oswald. Let's also add the background color. I want the scroll behavior to be smooth, so let's add it here. Change this to text white, so the Tailwind CSS is configured properly. All the assets that you see on the page can be downloaded from the GitHub link provided in the description. Once you download the code, copy and replace the public folder. Similarly, copy the constants folder. Let's also replace the assets folder in the project source folder. The assets folder will contain all the images required for the project. The index.js file within the constants folder will contain all the text that you see on the website. This will help us avoid typing all of the text manually. Also, the public folder will contain the resume PDF file. I want all of my components under one folder. So let's create a folder under source folder and name it components. Create a new file called navbar.jsx, which will be the first component that we'll work on. Remove the Tailwind code. Add a main tag with class font light, text white, anti-aliased to smoothen the text. Add a background color when user selects a text. Background will be lime 300. And the text color changes to black. Import the Navbar component. To determine if the navbar is open or closed, let's create a constant called isOpen. This will be a use state with the default value of false. Let's also create a toggle menu function to toggle the isOpen state. I want to ensure that when the navbar is open, I don't want any scrolling. So let's check if isOpen is true. Then set the style overflow to hidden. If the navbar is closed, the overflow should be auto. This will ensure that when the navbar is open, the user will not be able to scroll. Create a nav tag. Fixed. Right 0. Top of 0. Add a z index of 30. And let's also add some padding. Inside this, we'll create a button. This button will call the toggle menu on click. Add class rounded medium and some padding. Check if the navbar is open. If it's open, show the FA times icon. Add height and width to the icon. If the navbar is closed, show the bars icon. Let's also add the height and width. Now if the navbar is open, we should be able to show the links. So let's create a div. Add class fixed. Insert 0. Add a z index of 20. I want this div to be flex column, item center, justify center, background should be black, and text color white. For the links, let's use the UL tag. Add some spacing on the y-axis. Text size should be 3XL. Let's look through the links available in the constants index file. Add li tag with key link.id. Inside this will be an anchor tag. href will be link.id. On click, call the toggle menu function. Style the link. Text will be 5XL. Font semi-bold. Uppercase. Tracking white. On hover, the text color should be lime 300. And on last screen, text should be 9XL. This will be link.name. With this, you should be able to see the navbar. Let's test the navbar. Let's also test the desktop version. Let's also quickly check the mobile version. Everything looks good on the mobile version as well. After the navbar, we have the hero section. So let's create a new file called hero.jsx. Import it in the app.jsx file. Add a section tag. Inside this, let's add a div tag. This will be a flex column, item center, and justify center. We'll make use of the h1 tag to display the developer's name. Margin top of 16. Overflow hidden. Text size will be 12 viewport width. Font weight will be semi-bold. Uppercase. And leading will be none. Add a BR tag after Benson. Let's add a div for the download button. Class margin top of it. Add an anchor tag. href will be bensonlangford.pdf. The PDF is already available in the public folder. target blank, add attributes no opener and no referral, download. Let's style the button, add class flex, item center, rounded XL, background color will be line 300, add some padding, font will be sans, font weight will be medium, text color will be black, and on hover, background color changes to line 400. Add a span. This will say resume.pdf. Add the icon from the React icons. Add class margin left of 2. After this, let's add the div for the image. Class will be widthful. Add the image tag. Source is equal to Benson. Import Benson from the assets folder. Alt Benson Langford. Add class margin top of 8. Height will be 96. Width full. And also add the class object cover. Let's test the UI. It looks like there is an issue with scrolling. Possibly I've missed something. This should be ease open. Removing the exclamation solves the scrolling issue. So with this, we have finished the hero section. After the hero section, we have the marquee section. Add marquee.jsx file. This section will show all the technologies the developer works on. This will be a marquee that will loop infinitely. For this, we'll be making use of the Frame-O-Motion library. Import it in the app.jsx file. Add a div with class margin top of 4, width full, background color will be line 300, text color will be black, and on last screen, add some padding on the y-axis. Add a div inside this. Add class flex. For marquee to work, overflow should be hidden. And white space no wrap. It's important to add white space no wrap for the animation to work. For animation to work, we'll need to declare the marquee text twice. So let's loop through an array of size 2. Add a header tag with key index. Add class padding on y-axis 2. Text size will be 3XL. Font bold. Leading will be none. Add tracking title. And on last screen, text size will be 7 XL. This will be marquee text. You should be able to see the text now. We'll work on the animation later in the video. So with this, the marquee section is also complete. After the marquee section, we have the project section. Create a new file, projects.jsx. Add a section tag. Add some padding. ID is equal to projects, which will require for scrolling. Add h2 tag. Class margin on y-axis 10. Text center. Text size 3 XL. And on last screen, text size 8 XL. Text will be my work. Next, add a div. Use class columns1. I'll be using columns because I want the images of the projects to be displayed similar to that of the Pinterest website. On medium screen, columns 2. And on last screen, let's display 3 columns. Let's loop through the projects. Add an anchor tag. Key is equal to project.id. href will be project.link. Target blank. Add the attributes no opener, no referer. Add class block. Next, let's add a div for the image and the description. Relative. Margin bottom of 4. Overflow hidden. Rounded large. Background of white. And some shadow. Add the image tag. Source will be project.imageSource. Alt is equal to project.title. Add class height of photo, width full, and object cover. Below this, let's add a div for the title and description. Class absolute so that the text will overlay on the image. Bottom 0, left 0, right 0, some margin and padding. Text color will be white. And let's also add backdrop blur. Add h3 tag. Text size will be 3 XL. This will be project.title. Add a paragraph tag for the description. Max width will be extra small. and text size will be large. This will be project.description. Let's test the UI on the desktop first. The smooth scrolling is also working as expected. Next, let's also test the mobile layout. So with this, we have completed the project section. After the project section, we have the about section. Let's create a new file about.jsx. Import it in the app.jsx file. Add a section tag with ID about. Add h2 tag. Class margin on y-axis 10. Text center. Text size 3xl. And on last screen, text size 8xl. Text will be about me. Add a div to display the about text. This will be flex, item center, and justify center. Add a paragraph for the about text. Add some margin. Max width will be 6xl. Text size 3xl. And on last screen, text size 6xl. This will be about. Let's test the UI on the desktop. The smooth scrolling is also working. Also, let's look at the mobile version. So with this, we have completed the about section. Next section is the work section. Create a new file called work.jsx. Add it in the app.jsx file. Add a section tag. ID is equal to experience. Inside this, add a h2 tag with class margin on y-axis 10, text center, text size 3xl, and on large device, text 8xl. Text will be work experience. Below this, add a div with class mxauto and max width of 6xl. Let's loop through the experience. Add a div with key index. Class mx4 and margin bottom 20. Inside this, add a h2 tag. Font weight will be medium. And on large screen, text size will be 2XL. This will be experience.company. Add a div with class flex and justify between. Add a paragraph tag for role, class padding on y-axis 4, tracking wide, and on large screen text XL. Add another paragraph for year, padding on y-axis 4, and on large devices text XL. Let's add a paragraph tag for the description. Class will be font sans and text color gray 400. Let's test both the desktop and the mobile version. So with this, the work section is complete. The last section is the contact section. Add a section tag with ID contact. Inside this, we'll add a div with class mxauto and max width of 6XL. Add a paragraph tag with class margin on y-axis 10, text center, text size 3XL, and on large screen text 8XL. Text will say interested in working together. Below this, add a paragraph tag, padding of 4, text center, and text size XL. This will be contact.text. Add a paragraph for the email. Margin on y-axis 4, text center, text size 2XL, font weight medium, text color line 300. On large devices, padding top of 6 and text size 5XL. This will be contact.email. Copy this paragraph tag. Change this to phone. And change this to padding bottom of 6. Add a div for the social media links. Margin top of 20. Flex. Item center. Justify center. And gap of 8. Let's loop through the social media links. Add an anchor tag with key index. href is equal to link.href. Target is blank. Add attributes no opener and no referrer. This will be link.icon. Lastly, add a paragraph tag for the copyright text. Class margin on y-axis 8, text center, and text color gray 400. Let's type the copyright text. Let's test both the desktop and the mobile version. Everything looks good. For animation, we'll be making use of Frame Motion. So let's first install the package. Once this is done, open the navbar.jsx file. For animating Navbar, I'll declare two variants. First will be container variants. Hidden. This will be opacity 0. And Y will be minus 100%. Visible. Opacity will be 1. And Y will be 0. Let's add transition. Stagger children 0.1. Let's also declare the second variant for links. Hidden. Opacity will be 0. Y minus 50. Visible with opacity 1. And value of Y will be 0. Let's add the animate presence component from the Frame Motion. We'll require this because Navbar will not be visible by default. Import motion. Add motion to this div. Initial value will be hidden. Animate will be visible. Exit will be hidden. And variants is equal to container variants. Add motion to li tag. Variants is equal to link variants. I've misspelled stagger children. Okay, so with this, we should be able to see the animation. You can see the links are now animating. Next section will be the marquee section. Import motion from Frame Motion. Add motion to h1 tag. Initial value will be x minus 100%. Value of any minute will be x of 0. Let's add transition. The marquee will animate infinitely, so the repeat value will be infinite. Ease value will be linear. Let's add some duration. Save the file. And with this, you can see the marquee is now animating. Let's also check the desktop version. The desktop version is also looking good. So we have animated the navbar as well as the marquee section. Next step will be to deploy this application. For deployment, we'll be making use of Vercel, which is a popular choice when deploying React and Next.js applications. And if you check the pricing, Vercel has a free tier which allows you to deploy applications like the one we have built. Let's quickly check if you are not missing anything. Everything looks good. Before deploying the code on Vercel, we need to create a GitHub repository and push our code. So let's create a new repository on the GitHub. I'll name the repository as Benson Langford. Click on the Create Repository button. Go to the terminal and git init to initialize the Git repository. Add all the changes. Let's commit the code. I'll also copy the git branch main command. Let's paste the git remote add origin command in the terminal and hit enter. Push the code to the origin. Okay, so with this, our code is now available on GitHub and we can use Vercel to deploy this code. Now on the Vercel website, click on the Add New Project link. This will list all your GitHub repositories. I want to deploy the latest repository, Benson Langford, so I'll click the Import button besides it. I'll keep all the default options here and press the Deploy button. This will take some time to deploy the project. Once done, you'll see the congratulations message, which means your project is deployed successfully on Vercel. If you click the image below, it will take you to the website. As you can see, our React app is now available on the web. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon for more exciting videos. Take care.